Welcome back to the channel and another video on manifestation to help you manifest with ease. Now, as I was doing my sessions with clients this week, I always pay attention to what questions or topics seem to be an interwoven theme. And this week, there's a lot of questions about thoughts, your mind, and the echo chamber. So I thought I'd take a brief moment here to come and share with you some of the amazing aha moments my clients received as we had these discussions. And I just couldn't wait. I think it's a really powerful topic that once you watch this video, will have the clarity you need to understand what's going on in what we call here at the Invincible CEO, your mind's echo chamber. Now, what I love about this channel is that we don't do the regular everyday manifestation topics. We might seem like we have some of the topics, but we talk about them totally different. And I know that's why you keep coming back over and over, because you're looking for that fresh new perspective about what's really going on and how you can make manifestation simple, easy, and fun, because all you're doing right now, you're manifesting this live. You think this video is recorded, but your mind is producing this video. It's projecting this video and me on the screen talking to you in real time. That's how powerful of a computer your mind is. But here's the best part about your mind. You don't even have one. You don't have a mind, you don't have a subconscious mind, you don't have a conscious mind. That's just a story we're all telling. So if you are going to create a story, because that's all we're doing, we're storytellers, that's all manifestation is telling a different story, making different choices, telling a different story. And I know that the mind loves these concepts. And right now, if I were to say, if you're in your wish fulfilled is manifesting another video to watch. Congratulations, you've done it. But this is why on my videos, I will say to you, let's get you into the experience. Let's get you off the videos, right? It's almost like this beautiful paradox. I got to create a video to tell you not to watch any more videos on a channel where all I do is create videos. Well, we do a whole lot more in the Invincible CEO. And I wanted to share with you right now that we have a 3-day challenge that is starting tomorrow. I'm going to drop the instructions in our private community. So if you haven't joined our private community yet, do so by going into the description box below and clicking on that link and joining. If you're already in there, you're good to go. So the instructions will drop 12 noon Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm going to go live at 6 p.m. in the group to help you fine tune, to help you understand what the experience, because I'm going to take you into the experience. Now, it's not a 3-day experience per se. It's 3 days to have a 1-day experience, because you might have to start several times in order to make this happen. And the only thing that you need to do is go get a helium balloon, a balloon load up with helium tied to a string about maybe 3 to 4 feet long. But I recommend that you get about 3 of those, and you'll understand if you decide to participate in this fun focused awareness balloon challenge. I think that's that's what I call this, the focused awareness balloon challenge. We're going to help you understand the level of commitment and focused awareness you need to bring your manifestations to life. Because if you're questioning whether you did your technique long enough, or you did it right, or do you need to do it again, if you have any of those kind of questions, that challenge will take care of it once and for all. So I look forward to seeing you there. If you're not already in our group, join below. Okay, now for today, my name is Dede Powerniak. If you didn't know that already, I am the Invincible CEO, and so are you. The Invincible CEO was created to help you manifest with ease, because manifestation is simple, easy, and fun. And all I ever want to do is see you win, win big, win all the time. I want you to get rid of any frustration, any confusion, right? Because remember, the frustrated you is frustrated for all of eternity. And the confused you is always confused. So we are going to start to tell the story that you have clear, concise clarity to make your choices, right? Because that's what I help you do. I help you make clear, concise choices in the now moment, because that's all we have. And the now moment is the portal for your next reality. You don't have to continue on in the reality that you're in. Now, you might like some of it, and you might like to bring some of that along, or you can change the whole thing if you want. And I always get that, well, why is it taking so long? Well, because you just said right now, why is it taking so long? Because if there's only now, this is where your thoughts, what we're going to talk about today, kind of anchor you into a reality you no longer want. And I've said it many times, you have the right to remain silent. And the more silent you are, remember, a lower mind, right? Okay, let me take a step back here. You have no mind. It's all consciousness. But we create these concepts like the mind, because if I were to ask you right now to point to your mind, where would you point? Most people would point to their head, but that's not your mind. That's your head. We can't even say it's your brain because right now we can't see the brain. We'd have to open up. There's an assumption that there's a brain in there. And when you go deeper into look, you find what you're looking for. So we would find a brain most likely. At least my hope would be that, right? Anyway, okay. So you have no mind. So we create the concept of the mind, just like you've never eaten anything in your whole life, right? Because eating is a concept. But what is the experience, right? And this is where I want to really break down the difference between concept and experience. The concept is eating, but what's really happening that you can experience is biting, chewing, and swallowing, which we call eating. We put those together. And because, I mean, it just kind of for the vernacular, it's a lot easier to say I'm eating than I'm biting, chewing, and swallowing my food, because that would be redundant. It's a you understood. That's what the now moment is. It doesn't need a story. The now moment does not need a story. So if you're telling a story in the now moment that doesn't need one, then we want to make sure that you're telling one that serves you, that adds on to you, that expands you, that increases you, right? Not takes away and puts you into lack and puts you into lower realities. But we've said many times that this mind that we've created, we've kind of categorized it. And we think that the thoughts, number one, you think, and you think you have thoughts. And there's videos on the channel that really go into your echo chamber and thoughts and so forth, but I'll give you a quick recap. You are not the thinker of thoughts. I know Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. And I would say to you, no, I am, therefore I think. But I am is only the lowest level of manifestation. That's root chakra, I am. That's the beginning of manifestation when you're trying to figure out whether you exist or not. But well, here you are existing. Look at you existing like this. So once you get past that, you can go to sacral chakra, which is I create. And when you get to the creation mode, you're creating for the sense of creation, not to get stuff. So if you're still trying to get stuff in your manifestation, you're in the very lower level of manifestation, or what I call the lower level of the mind. And that mind needs to be entertained. It doesn't like the silence. So if you are pure consciousness that has decided to take a physical form, right? Consciousness, energy, ether, call it what you want, whatever works for you. Then these thoughts, what we call thoughts or ideas or forms, as Plato called them, when you start to realize that this is a machine, this body here is a machine, it's the thing that you get to drive around the physical 3D reality. This is the model that you got. And how well you take care of it, right? Because it's the thing that you identify as you the most out of all the physical 3D reality, the more it allows you to experience your consciousness. And that's what we're saying here. If this is our center dot, this body is our center dot, and it's what we believe does the thinking, right? The brain, the mind, whatever the biology is, does the thinking. But I'm here to tell you that you've never thought a thought in your whole entire life, that you are the consciousness I am that is aware that I am, right? I open my eyes, I just got here. I am, here I am, going to wreak havoc all day long on everything that I do. Have fun with it, right? Enjoy it, totally enjoy it. So therefore I am. If I open my eyes and I'm consciously aware, I can check off the I am box, because I can't be I am not, I'm aware. If I'm the consciousness, right? And my eyes are taking in what I see, and my ears are taking in what I hear, and my mouth will take in what I taste, and my hands and my skin will take in what I touch, and my nose what I smell. This consciousness also takes in the echoes. And what I wanted to explain to you today about the echoes is that they are offerings, you can say, from alternate realities, parallel realities, other versions of you. So I'm really going to make this nice and simple because I want you to get this today. So stick with me here. So let's just talk about what an echo is, right? If you were to go into a cave or maybe even into a big warehouse, and if you were to say hello, and you hear your own voice back saying hello back, that we would say that's an echo, right? We sent out some vibration of sound and it bounced back, and we got to hear what we just said. And when there's an echo, the echo says exactly verbatim what was said by the originator of the sound. So if I say hello into a cave, I expect to hear my voice, but it gets a little bit less because I give the most intensity when I first speak. And then as the echoes bounce around, they get weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. Okay. So if I say hello, I don't expect the echo to say goodbye or the echo to say, how are you? I expect my echo to say hello. If I say apple, I expect the echo to say apple back, not banana. It's a fruit, but I didn't say banana. I said echo, right? Think of that knock knock joke, that orange knock knock joke, right? Okay. Aren't you glad I didn't say bananas? Now, stay with me here. Okay. So I just said, now, stay with me here. And if I were in my echo chamber, I would hear, now, stay with me here. Real simple. But if I'm sitting here and I just said, now, stay with me here, and then I hear something in my consciousness because there's no one else here talking to me, but I hear it, what appears to be in my voice, in my cadence, in my vernacular, and that echo says, that'll never work. Well, I just didn't say that. And what I'm going to throw out and theorize to you, and it makes manifestation so much easier to adopt this perspective, is what you just heard in your consciousness is another you speaking out loud in his or her reality. And whatever they just said was appropriate for their reality, just like what I'm saying right now is appropriate for my reality. But because it sounds like yourself, you think it's a thought. But this other reality is close enough, has enough energy, not that you actually, someone else could hear it in the room, but enough that you could hear it within your own consciousness, because right here, right now, in the now moment, you sit in simultaneous time where it's the door to all the realities. And when you hear this echo, because you didn't say it, you know you just didn't say it out loud, but you hear an echo within your consciousness, it's an offering for the consciousness that is you to explore that echo, that reality. It opens a door. And when our mind is very active and there's not a whole lot of conversation going on out here, there's a whole lot of conversation going on in your head, in the sense of it's echoes. There could be some that are one right after the other, and they kind of create a nice little story. They make sense. Other times it's like random things come in that make no sense whatsoever, but they're not you. They would be the equivalent of clouds in the sky or cars driving by on the highway. There's the space for them, your consciousness. There's a you in a different reality that just said it simultaneously as whether you're being quiet or you're saying something else. And you know, as the main consciousness, as the I am, that you didn't say it out loud. This is the thing that I really want you to get. If you just didn't say it out loud, and you hear something within your consciousness, and it sounds like you, it's you in another reality that is close enough or strong enough vibrationally to have enough energy to catch your attention within your consciousness. And if you're thinking about your next project, but you get an echo from a reality that you don't even know at this point have anything to do with that project, it could have been something totally in a different topic. But because it has enough energy for you to resonate, to hear, you think it's you think it's your mind, and you adopt it in this strange, weird way. And that's what focused awareness does right now. Because if I'm talking about focused awareness and echoes and thoughts, and in my consciousness, there is an echo about pizza, which anyway, I can bring pizza into a video, right? But I didn't, until now, I didn't talk about pizza. I wasn't even thinking about pizza. So there's another version of me sending a strong enough echo from her reality that was able to bounce into this one. And when you start to understand then that you are not the thinker of thoughts, you are the receiver of echoes. And if you didn't say it out loud, it's not your echo, it's another version of you, their echo. And this is where I'm going to change your perspective on the collective consciousness, because trying to change the collective consciousness out there, meaning other people, even though everyone is you pushed out, can be an overwhelming adventure, almost like contemplating infinity. But when I talk about collective consciousness here, I mean the collective consciousness of all the other versions of you. That's the true collective within yourself. And they all offer a different state of being, a different perspective on the now moment. So if I'm sitting here talking about thought echoes and I get that echo that comes in and says, that'll never work, well, it doesn't make sense for this conversation. It's very apparent it does not make sense for this conversation. And I have no idea what conversation is going on where that came. So I take each echo individually, their own little thought bubble, their own little echo bubble. And if it doesn't belong here, and even if it was something that I was talking about and that'll never work could be an option, remember what I said I do with my echoes. If an echo comes in strong enough, that'll never work, then I go right into the equal and opposite of that will work. And then as the operant power, as the chooser, right? Because that's all the conscious mind does is choose. Do I want to explore the reality of that'll never work on my topic, or that it will work and it'll work quickly? And that's where your focused awareness, you've zero pointed out, you've neutralized yourself. You know what you just spoke or you just deliberately thought if you were contemplating a new project or talking to a new person or making a new move. And then that echo came in of that'll never work. Always go into the equal and opposite. Even if the echo that comes in is that will work, I always go into the equal and opposite, because I want to see what they feel like. I want to see what they would be like so that I know the choice that I'm going to make, what it feels like, what it looks like, what it sounds like, what would be happening there. Same thing with that it wouldn't work, so that when the 3D reality starts to come to be, I know which reality I'm in because I've already defined it. I take and this is not something that you have to spend hours doing. You know what's wanted and what's not wanted. And when what's not wanted shows up, that's not my reality. This is my template. I did not choose that. I'm not going to explore that anymore. So to recap here, you're not thinking thoughts. You are the receiver of echoes. And in receiving these echoes, you have a choice to make. Number one, you now have the awareness of whether you just said it out loud or not, because all echoes can only echo back what was just said. If you didn't say it, it's a reality, an alternative version of you close enough that garnered enough energy to come into your consciousness versus all the ones that didn't. You have no idea what the actual discussion is in that reality. And it doesn't have anything to do with this one. And if it does, it must add on to what you're doing, not take away what you're doing. That's the power of echoes. That's the power you have. Again, the conscious mind's job, right? You're consciously aware right now. that I am. You don't have to prove it because it's the now moment and you're awake, aware here and now. You don't have to prove I am. You're experiencing it right now. So to go to the next level of manifestation of creation, I create sacral chakra transaction. You no longer have to worry about survival. You don't have to worry about existence. It's taken care of. That's the power of moving to this next level. And then after you've mastered I create, you can go into I will, because that's what most people want. They want that instant manifestation, even though that's all you're ever doing is instantly manifesting, as we said at the beginning of this video. But instant manifestation, like I chose right now and I want it right now. Well, that's also happening. And the more that you silence the echo chamber, so that when you do say something out loud or you write it down, you know what you've just commanded. You are focused and aware of what you've just said. And you now expect that to be mirrored back into your reality as you commanded it. So when another echo shows up that might contradict or have nothing to do with what you've just said out loud, it is now another reality of you, which may have nothing to do with this topic whatsoever. And if you go and explore and give attention and focused awareness to that reality, you're opening it up now. And either it'll have nothing to do with what you've just talked about, or it'll take you down a rabbit hole and take your attention and focus away from what it is that you've commanded. And that is one of the biggest things that I see when people have wobble in their manifestations. You keep getting distracted by the echoes, right? It's like Neo in the Matrix, and he sees the woman in the red dress, and it distracts him. That's why not only do we want to silence the mind, but we want to get rid of the distractions in our daily life. Turn off all your notifications. You don't need to know every single time a text or email or something else. And here we are on YouTube, and I'm telling you, turn off your notifications. Take back the focused awareness. And again, that balloon challenge we're going to do is going to be such a priceless experience for you in this manifestation journey. I want to get you more into the experience with me instead of just watching these wonderful videos that are not like any other manifestation videos out there. So I know that you've already liked this, you already have subscribed, and you are commenting, which I just love. It's like a love language, that how much this video has spoken to you and given you the clarity you need. And if you need more clarity, then put a question in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer that for you, or come over to our community or private community where we can have even more amazing discussions. So my echo chamber friend, my manifestation friend, you are so powerful. And when you realize that you are the conscious awareness that echoes, they must audition for your attention. But when you're so focused on what it is that you're creating, you don't even hear half of the echoes. And if you do, most of the time they have something to do with what you're doing. Because when you're in the now moment and you are in the physical creation mode, you're not using echoes or thoughts in order to do so. You are just in what we call that flow state. Echoes and thoughts take you out of the flow state. And they're not needed because the now moment doesn't need a story. It is the story. You don't need a story. You are the story. You don't need a manifestation technique. You are the manifestation technique. It's all you right here, right now, flowing. And it's the intention of why you're doing what you're doing. I'm not just making a video to put up another video on the channel. I know my intention is to bring clarity, to say to you, get out of the intellectual side of manifestation, of learning more, because the mind that wants one more thing, it needs one more video, it needs one more thing to learn, never satisfies, because that version of you always needs one more thing, just like the sitting me never stands. The one more thing version, I need a little bit more, and then I'll do the experience. No, do the experience. Join us tomorrow. So thank you so much. This has been it's such a pleasure to get to do this and be part of your world, be part of your manifestation journey. So thank you for sharing that with me. Please take a moment, share the video, share the channel. And we are also on Facebook and Instagram. We're going to be getting that really going. And occasionally I do post on TikTok. So guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you deeply. And the videos to vote for next week's community chosen video is up, waiting for your focused attention on what it is that you would like to see as our 3-part series next week. Until then, happy manifesting and enjoy.